What's happening? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in to another video. So I did a recent post on Instagram about the fact that your time is nearly up, and I thought actually it's a pretty good topic to get into in terms of a YouTube video as well. So there we go. So there's this whole concept of like, well, I don't know if it's actually a concept or whether it's just my belief pattern, but I believe that the moment you're born, there's a ticking time bomb of sorts, like time bombs in air quotes obviously, and you have a set period of time to live, and it doesn't matter what happens between those two periods, but at some point it's like it's game over, that's it, your time is up. And whether it's car crash, die in your sleep, whatever the case may be, when that timer hits zero, that's it, you game over, job done, the end. And there's absolutely no way of knowing when that point is going to be. You've just kind of got to go with it and just see and live the life that you can based on the cards that you're dealt. And the funny thing is, like, we have these external things at the moment that are really challenging, testing, etc., and so many people are letting external stuff determine their outcome versus actually going inwards and just looking at, okay, what does a good day for me look like? How am I going to make it the best possible day? What do I need to do to get from where I am now to wherever it is that I want to be? Regardless of what's happening around me, how can I move the needle or continue to move the needle? And it's a strange concept to me, really, because like, there's so many people. I'm currently in the fitness space, right, or the health and well-being space, whatever you want to call it, and like, so many people are blaming the coronavirus for their inability to train, to work out, to stay healthier, to eat the right foods. I'm like, yeah, the shops are a pain in the ass. You go to the shop and you've got to sit there outside the line for fucking 10-15 minutes, whatever it is, sometimes even an hour depending on what shop you go to, just to get in. And then yeah, there's limited stuff, but like, you go to the fruit and veg section, you're not struggling, there's a fuck ton of fruit and veg, yet people are not eating the right foods. They're binging, they go to the fucking sweets aisle, they buy a shit ton of crisps, shit ton of sweets, and then they're like, oh, I can't believe I'm getting so fat. Like, no shit, dude, you're eating crap food. Like, what do you expect? You're fueling your body with shit, and then you're sitting there wondering why you're feeling worse and worse every single day, why your depression is fucking going through the roof, why your anxiety's up through the roof, why you're feeling like shit and thinking that you're wasting your life. Well, hello, welcome to the real world, motherfucker. You are wasting your life. Like, you're sitting on the sofa all day Netflixing, stuffing your face with full of shit, drinking like all sorts of weird and wonderful fucking potions rather than keeping yourself hydrated, and then you're wondering why you don't feel well. Like, this is not rocket science shit. None of anything in the world other than fucking rocket science and brain surgery is fucking rocket science and brain surgery. Like, the rest of, you want to get healthier? Here it is. Drink more water, eat cleaner foods, train more, get outside, soak up some vitamin D. Like, this is not like unheard of shit. It's pretty simple stuff, but people want to get like, they want to overcomplicate this to the point where they like get that analysis paralysis type of thing, because they're like, wow, there's too many variables. Like, oh, COVID-19, I can't leave the house, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, you left the house to go to the shop, and when you were at the shop, what did you do with that time? Like, what happened? Oh, you went to the shit aisles and got all the rubbish food, like the fast food and stuff. That's another thing that makes me laugh, right? There's an In-N-Out burger place just literally across the road from the gym. So many of the members and stuff, or not even the members, but so many people are putting their gym memberships on hold, cancelling gym memberships and stuff like that. Yet, I should have actually gone for a walk to In-N-Out and just shown you the line. It's ridiculous. There's like, at any one time, there's 50 cars back to back. It's like, it's getting to the point where it's actually impacting the ability for the main road to function, because there's so many people turning into the burger place. Like, okay, so you are worried about your health, you're worried about your finances, blah blah blah, yet you are at In-N-Out all day every day grabbing burgers, but you can't afford a gym membership, and at-home workouts are not for you. Well, like, the sad reality is that this is probably going to be the new norm for a little while. So if if you can't even maintain some kind of momentum or motivation at home, and all you got to do is click on a link and join a call live and have coaches coach you over the internet, like, good luck, man. You're not going to have a very good year in terms of health and fitness goals, because, like, the sad truth is that this is pretty much going to be the new norm for a little while. So, looping back, because we've gone off on a little bit of a tangent here, the whole your time is up when your time is up, like, it's still not optimum, or it's not a good idea. Yeah, based on my belief system, it doesn't matter whether I am super overweight, super unhealthy, or whether I'm super healthy. At some point, my tick is going to stop and I'm going to run out of time. So it doesn't matter whether I'm 1% body fat, 10% body fat, 100% body fat. Like, when my time's up, my time's up. That's just my belief system. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to allow life to get to a point where I can't enjoy it anymore, if that makes sense. So me being 350, 400 pounds of fat and not being able to, like, look after my family and stuff like that, that to me is not living. Then I might as well already be dead. Like, that's a fucking stupid thing to do, in my opinion. So I'm going to train, I'm going to eat well, I'm going to eat clean, I'm going to drink a lot of water, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to maintain my vitamins, etc. Because I want to be the best possible version of me. It doesn't matter whether I'm fucking 15 or 55. I still want to be able to be in some kind of shape that I can do shit. I want to be able to, when I do decide that I'm going to have kids and a family and stuff like that, I want to be able to make sure that I'm the best possible version for them. And that means that I'm going to have to start preparing for that now. Every single day I talk about this thing called the 1% rule, and I think I've done a video on it. If I haven't, I've touched on it a handful of times, where every day I'm like, okay, what can I do today that's going to make me 1% better than I was yesterday? Because if I can be 1% better today over the course of a year, that compound is ridiculous, right? That's a whole hell of a lot of percentages better than I was at the beginning of the year. But it's also like my own way of ensuring that I'm on top of things and that I am the best possible version of myself that I can be, making sure that when the shit hits the fan, I'm able to handle it and I'm in a good position to handle it. Like, being the same person that I was this time last year in this situation now, I'd be in a full-scale meltdown, I'd be self-destructing, it would be, I mean, an outsider looking in, it'll be like, holy shit, man, this guy is impressive at blowing his whole life up. Like, it would be that bad, because I was that good at self-destructing. Whereas now, I've got a lot more focus. I've started being a lot more conscious on making sure that I'm the best version of myself and doing stuff that moves the needle in the right sort of direction, so that when the shit hits the fan like this now, I'm able to, like, take everything back a step and just go, okay, well, where are we? What does this actually mean for me? How can I make sure that I'm in the best possible position off the back of it? So, like, stock market crashed a month ago. If you are into the stock market, you'll have a look now. Shit's starting to recover. It's looking pretty good. Like, if you bought the S&P on the 1st of April, you've made like $800 a share in 20 something days. That is obscene returns. Like, no bank on planet Earth is going to give you that kind of return. So how many people were liquid at the 1st of April when the shit hit the fan, or whenever it was, end of May, when the shit hit the fan, to be able to start buying on the way back up and are making a fuck ton of money now? Like, there's not many people out there that were doing that. A lot of people have missed out on a very big opportunity to pull themselves out of some serious shit. Like, there's a whole lot of people struggling for money, yet if they had bought into the S&P 20 something days ago, 30 days ago, they wouldn't be struggling right now. They'd be sitting pretty. They'd be having a good time. So, like, I remember when I was super young, either my dad or one of his friends, or it was at, like, we were having a braai or something, and it actually might have been my dad or maybe one of his friends. I can't remember. Anyway, I just remember eavesdropping on the conversation that they were having. They were having like an adult talk, and I was young. I didn't really understand business. I didn't understand a whole hell of a lot. But I remember one of them saying something about, when the media is making you look left or look right, look the other direction and try and understand what it is that they're trying to take your focus away from. And I haven't been able to work out what they're trying to take your focus away from on this one, because I don't follow the news that well and I don't actually give a shit. But I look for the opportunity rather than just focus on the negative. So I'm like, okay, yeah, the shit hit the fan. Well, we're there now, like, so be it. There's not much you can do about it, but you can look for opportunities to better yourself through this and come out the other side a better version than when you went in. So again, looping back to the whole beginning of this video where I said that you're running out of time, like every second that goes by, you are 1 second closer to whenever that end is. And unfortunately, there's no way of knowing when that end is. You just know, you can 100% bet your life on the fact that there is going to be an end. So you might as well make the most of it and do what you can right now to get into the best possible shape of your life, get into a best. And the thing is, right, if you are trying to make this life the best possible life, the only way you can do that is by being in good mental and physical shape. Like if you're in poor mental shape and poor physical shape, you can't live the best life that you could live. So it's like sacrifice now to be in good shape and to be in a good mental state, or be forced to sacrifice later, because at some stage the shit's going to hit the fan and the doctor's going to come to you and say, hey, listen up, dude, bad news, if you don't change your lifestyle, you won't see your kid's next birthday, or something to that effect, right? Where the doctor's going to come to you and go, listen, the lifestyle that you have chosen, the way in which you live right now is unsustainable, and at some point, like, it's going to get the better of you and you're going to croak, you're going to kick the bucket, and it'll be earlier than you anticipated. Or it's just going to mean that you're in a fucking, like, maybe you don't die, maybe you end up stuck bedridden for the rest of your life, or stuck in a wheelchair or something like that. And I'm not saying that that's the worst possible case, because there's way worse things than that, but why would you not do now something about that so that you don't end up being forced into that position later down in life? Like, I would rather do everything I can right now, sacrifice as much as I can right now, to ensure that in however many years time, however much longer I've got to live, I am still able to do shit. Like if I live till 90, I want to be able to still do my own thing at 90. I don't want to be fucking 65 with dementia and like on my way out, and then still my timer still says, well actually, Byron, you've still got 20 more years to live, or 25 more years to live. So now I'm going to live 25 years with dementia and being unable to look after myself and stuff like that, and now I'm stuck in a fucking home. Like, can you imagine how shit that would be? So long story short, there is a ticking time bomb of sorts that gives you X amount of time, and maybe you don't believe in that, maybe you do, whatever, but at some point you do know that you are going to kick the bucket. Like, that is inevitable. None of us are living forever. I joke all the time when I say I'm immortal, but like, none of us are going to live forever. So you may as well do what you can now to ensure that however much time you've got left is in actually going to be a good time, rather than like, oh okay, well I've got X amount of time left, but now I'm stuck where I can't look after myself and I need like my kids or my family or shit like that to look after me, or if I'm not in a home that has 24/7 nursing staff, like I'm fucked. Like, that to me doesn't sound like a good time. That to me doesn't sound like anything I want to be dealing with. So when I don't feel like training, when I feel like going off the rails, I often think back to that and I'm just like, whoa, okay, maybe I should train, because in actual fact I don't want to end up 65 with dementia and being bedridden and then have 25 years of absolute misery. Like, holy shit, man, I'm only 31. That's more than like a third of my life that I would have to live in with dementia and bedridden. Like, that to me sounds awful. So gone off on a little bit of a tangent and got pretty serious pretty quick there and escalated a little bit, but the long story is, and the short story is, that at some point you got to realize that you got to look after yourself. You got to put yourself in the best possible position that you can, and that means looking after yourself mentally and physically. Like, stop letting external stuff get the better of you and force you to be a version of yourself that you're not. Stop letting outside opinions and outside stuff determine who you are and who you become. Like, turn up and do the work. The limitations that you have set yourself are exactly that, your own limitations. Like, push the envelope and you'll see that actually half of the stuff that you say that you can't do is your own opinion. It's not necessarily an actual fact. So have a go. Why not? Worst case scenario, you fail, but at least you know you've tried, and then fail forward. So learn from the mistake and move forward again. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you want to get stronger. Well, don't slap on 600 pounds on a fucking squat rack and try and squat that. You're not doing it. But start with the bar. Start squatting the bar, and then you start adding weights, and before you know it, yeah, maybe you build up the strength to 600 pounds. But like, everyone starts somewhere, and everyone's going to move the needle some way or another, and it's a whole lot easier to shift when you've got momentum than to shift when you're standing dead still. I use the analogy of a car with like power steering, where before power steering came out, if you tried to turn the steering wheel of a car and your car wasn't moving, that was a hell of a mission, man. That was the most savage bicep workout you could ever do. But as soon as the car started moving a little bit and you turned the steering wheel, it was super easy. It was like boom, 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 easy game, because you had a little bit of momentum and it wasn't a dead start. So same thing applies in life. Get started, make a move. So call to action. If you are needing a hand with getting yourself fitter, healthier, stronger, mentally and physically, down below there's a Calendly link. Hit that up. I will help you out. I'll be more than happy to help you out, get the ball rolling, get you some momentum. But you've got to decide that this is for you. You've got to decide that you're done making excuses, you're done listening to external stuff. You want to actually become a better version of yourself, and it's time now to start thinking about that, because like I said, this could be the new norm. And if this is the new norm, are you going to sit there and rely on the government or some knight in shining armor to save your ass, or are you going to save your own ass? That's the decision that you're left with. Hope you guys have all enjoyed this video. Please hit that like, subscribe and share button. If you haven't done so already, follow me on Instagram. I'll drop it in one of the bottom corners. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you soon. Cheers for now.